Scotty Josh Masirin, the reporter today. Good morning, Ma'am Nikki. So today I'm going to discuss the subject of forensic chemistry with toxicology chapters 1 and 2. So today I'm going to tackle about the chapter 1. In chapter 1, it is all about the history and what is the beginning of the using of poison as to murder or to execute a person. So first, let us all let's all understand what is forensic chemistry. Forensic chemistry is a branch of chemistry that deals with the application of chemical theories and principles in the solution of legal problems in relation of the administration of justice. So gigamit ang forensic chemistry sa law o sa batas or sa pag-solve ng legal problems such as crimes or mga lain-lain pa na mga crimes na interconnected with the chemistry or pwede na ito ma-apply ang chemistry. So matotal ang forensic mga jod nagkuhan man ni sa lain-lain na mga na lain-lain na antay na unit kita forensic chemistry, forensic photography maglain-lain ini si na kuan based on sa kung ano i study na crimes. So sa forensic chemistry gi-apply ini sa law para matabang mas further pa nato pag-explain or pagsabot sa isa ka crime na naitabo. Kita kung jaoy untahay sa crime scene jaoy dugo. Ang mag-forensic chemistry ita dyan itis kung ano ni dyan dugo, itis ni dyan to, tas kung mga kung ano pa'y ano pa'y connected ato sa crime, di ba? Dari man din ako suyat, forensic chemistry refers to the branch of chemistry that deals with the application of chemical theories and application of the principles in the solution of legal problems in relation to administration of justice. So, maghanap siya ng solusyon sa legal problems. So, diri kita sa history of forensic chemistry. History of forensic chemistry diri ang nagamit ini they used the poison to murder or to kill a person. The history of forensic chemistry can be traced back to the use of poisons by ancient Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans. Si Demorites, an ancient philosopher, widely considered as the father of modern science, was probably the first to study the poison. Si Demorites ang nag-study sa mga poison. Ug uno ini-effect, ug uno ikuan ini. O may pwede mahimo sa tao. Poisoning was used by the ancient world as a method of murder and execution. Just like what I've said kaina, inigamit sa execution siya ng murder sa person, sa katao. Gamiton ini. Such as when Socrates was sentenced to death by drinking hemlock. So, nakakuan man ta hemlock. Hemlock isa ini ka poisonous plant na can kill a person. Hemlock, a poisonous plant. Plant ini siya, plant. Tas diya pa isa diri ka poison na gigamit sa diri. Centuries later, Belgian chemist Jean Servais Stas 1813-1891 conducted on various methods employed to detect certain types of vegetable poisons in the body. So jari ang arsenic, the metallic poison. Ini mas gana ini na poison kay ngano? Gana ini kay dugay mo effect sa tao. Kut-kuton ang imong kaugalingon, kut-kuton kun unoy organs dia. So mas kuang kaw magkaanam-anam mapatay ka amurapat yun na anaman namin kagalingon kay ngano diyan naman sa suyod di man dadyan sa mo effect dugay ana diyan ang nakagana diri advantage sa mga killer para patyo nila kintay dyan sa dako na kingdom, patyo nila ang king, queen, prince o princess, para dili sila malata na dyan na ilabalak na patyo na itong isa ka tao. Ang pamagi ni para hibaw nato na ini jaoy poison, ini na pagkaon jay poison, magamit daw kita ng ano pa to, metallic gamit ato giklase ni Ma'am Nikki, magamit ato nan amuranan metallic gali sab na plate para pagbutan dito makilayan nimo kay mo amuro sa kuno na color line. Marsh test was developed, which was the first reliable analysis that scientifically demonstrated the presence of arsenic in the body of a victim. Ang tawag aton sa test sa mag-identify kung jaoy ba arsenic sa lawas ng tao, Marsh test ang tawag. So si Locard, dire kita kay Locard's exchange principle. Kan Locard ani jakwan, everybody lives at race. Ako, mapanaw ako sa isa ka bayay or sa akwan, nag-live na ako ng trace. Mabangga takaw, mabangga ko si Crush o mabangga ko ni sa ka Baji. Sikang kamera, tapik ra diri. Mag-live na ako ng trace. So, jari ang principle ni Kwan. The principle ni Locard. Wherever he steps, whatever he touches, whatever he lives, even unconsciously will serve as a silent witness against him. Ani jakawan, every contact leaves a trace. Jara ko diri, nakalive na ako ng trace. Gigunitan ko ini cellphone, na ako'y trace diri, cellphone. Ang fingerprint. And then, Orfea, father of modern toxicology. So, si Ja isa ka a Spaniard who worked at the University of Paris in the early 19th century is regarded as the father of modern toxicology. Kay si Ja man ang he pursued a career in medicine, was appointed professor of medical jurisprudence, and was a professor of chemistry in the School of Medicine before serving at the dean of the faculty of the University of Paris. So si Ja ang pinakaunasab nag-study sa side effects na mga non-poison. Tas dahil jagi mo diri na book it name treat these poisons, meaning treatise on poisons. So mura to kan Orfea, Matthew Joseph Bonaventure Orfea. Sir Francis Galton, fingerprints. Nagyanay ni si kanyer. Fingerprints, dao ito yung ini ka pattern or pattern lagi sa fingerprint. Arcs, loops, whirls. Whirls sa matang lang lidyok-lidyok. Matod pa ni ma'am. Sign language na sa kita ini. Ang whirls, lidyok-lidyok. Ang ulnar. Ano ka? Ulnar, radial. Diba? Ulnar, laong, radial. Ano to? Di ba dyan? Loops, whirls, arcs, loops, whirls, arcs. Ang arcs, ito na mura ng laong. Whirl, laong, whirl. Ang loops, sab kaya itong laong. Ang whirl, dahil sa ka ridge. Adili, na isa ka basta isa ka delta, isa ka core. Sa loops, isa ka delta, isa ka core. Sa whirl, duha ka delta, walay core. Yes. Dire kita sa forensic laboratories in the Philippines. In the Philippines, the practice of forensics began with the passage of Royal Decree number 188 by King Philip during the Spanish rule in the country. Under this decree, forensic physicians called medicos titulares were assigned to the Philippine provinces to perform public sanitary, and medico-legal duties. Today, there are several forensic laboratories in the country, including those from the 5 district offices, 2 satellite crime laboratories in Valenzuela City and Marikina City, regional and provincial offices of the Philippine National Police PNP. The University of the Philippines, Philippine General Hospital UP, PGH in Manila, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency PDEA in Quezon City, and the National Bureau of Investigation NBI. In Manila, it's regional government offices. Forensic chemist. A forensic chemist is a professional chemist who analyzes evidence from the crime scene and derives conclusion based on the test undertaken on such evidence. Ang forensic chemist si Jai ang mag-analyze sa mga ebidensya na nakalap sa crime scene. Ang tawag diyan, forensic chemist is a ka-person. Isa siya ka-person. O mag-derive sa conclusion. Magkuhan sila ng conclusion kung ano na itabo o ngano gibuhat ang isa ka crime. Naga naton 5 wives and 1 husband. Aton what, when, where, when, who, and why. Ini sa H, how. 5 wives and 1 husband. So, dari ang characteristics of a forensic chemist. Number 1, be able to spend hours rigorously applying analytical techniques to the evidence. So, mag-spend ka ng time para makamit nimo kung ano yung imo goal, para maibawaan nimo ma-apply nimo tanan forensic science or ano pa imo kailangan i-apply para makuha nimo uno imo mga answer ayon sa uno mga pangutana. Clearly and concisely answers challenges to his findings. Mansera ninja tanan ang uno nga ninja pangutana may ako lang possess moral integrity, ma-integridad siya sa ida trabaho. Amo ra janan trabaho ko ini dapat trabaho ko ni ana madam. Functions of forensic chemist taas man pero sobra naman sa time. Conduct qualitative and quantitative examinations. So, sa qualitative and quantitative, dere, imo examine ang isa ka evidence. Nakataas naman. Conduct examination of explosives and explosive ingredients. Conduct examination of firearms and paraffin cast to detect the presence of gunpowder nitrates or gunpowder residue. Taas naman so. Pero isa ini sa mga functions of a forensic chemist na natakil na gadya ni ma'am sa amo to kung ano nasabtan na mura. Sabtan ko naman sabi ni. Conduct chemico-toxicological examination of human internal organs, gastric contents, blood water, food samples, and other substances. Conduct examination of fake products in case of unfair trade competition. Conduct blood alcohol determination. Examine urine and other bodily fluids for the presence of dangerous drugs. Conduct research and training related to the cases being examined. Deliver lectures on forensic chemistry and toxicology to police and military training centers to investigate units, school and universities. Testify and provide expert opinion on court as well as attend in court duty as an expert witness. Respond to the queries of all investigative units and render expert opinion regarding matters related to the application of chemical principles for the purpose of assisting investigator and developing investigative leads. Lastly is conduct field laboratory and clandestine laboratory investigation. 4 stages in the practice of forensic chemistry. Stage 1, collection and reception of the specimen. Sa collection and reception of the specimen, i-collect nimo gikan sa crime scene. Bali imo dawaton i-welcome nimo sa ijo laboratory ini na evidences. Imo ikuan dia ilag nimo kung sino yung nagdawat, sino yung naghatag, sino ano dyan nakuha na mo jari. I-detail nimo kadtod bawat detail sa isa ka ebidensya para dili magkasibiyag-sibiyag. Collection refers to the proper collection, handling, and packaging of specimen before analysis can be started. Dari nakamatang. Reception refers to the process of receiving the specimen by entering the specimen condition on the logbook. Ilista man ini, lista nimo, ini na dawat, ini na kuan, ini na time, ini na adlaw, amo jaon. Stage 2. Actual examination, the conduct of various examination procedures for different specimens submitted as requested by requesting party. Imo na siya i-examine kung ano na ma-examine imo i-apply sa isa ka ebidensya. Stage 3, report writing of the result. The step involves the drafting of positive negative list of presence of the imo ikuan kung ano yung gihimo sa isa ka ebidensya mo ini gikuan ako amo jaon imo ilista tanan dara report writing. Stage 4, court appearance. Court appearance, this is the final stage wherein the chemist must explain to the court the findings of the examination conducted in a specimen. Sumuto nga ka sa isa ka trials para or court na imo ikuan na amoy niya mga ebidensya, amoy niya ang imo findings, amoy nito na mo chonchocho. The forensic chemist is an expert witness in the court. Forensic chemist dapat mag JEJ ini. Education, training, experience. Education, dapat ka a licensed registered chemist preferably with a master's or PhD degree. Training, dapat na training ka sa mga seminars para mas madugangan imo knowledge. Sa experience, dapat di mo experience throughout the pagkalap ng ebidensya. Dapat di mo experience. Rules, golden rules of the practice of forensic chemistry. Go slowly, be thorough, take notes, consult others, use imagination, avoid complicated theories. Go slowly, inay-inayra. Ayaw paspasa kay magkalibog ka. Be thorough, dapat pulido. Ang imo kuan, maintain ra. Take notes. Imo kuan kung may naitabo, unay mo na kalap, unay mo na collect, unay mo na receive. Consult others, mangutana ka sa mga kuan, may experience pa sa imo para mas madugangan imo knowledge ug kabayo ka ma-handle sa jana situation. Use imagination, imo imagine ini gamit ini ng suspect amo ini amo daon amo jari. Avoid complicated theories, di na nimo sa gulon, di na kamo jump into another theories para makuha ran imo kuan, dili na kamo kuan muladyo kun uno li jaon dia amura. So that is all for chapter 1. Chapter 2 na sabta guys. So chapter 2. Physical evidence. Physical evidence is refers to any material object introduced in a trial for the purpose of proving a fact issue based on the demonstrative physical characteristics. Physical evidence ang mao niyang gamiton para ma-prove na fact na gihimo ini sa isa ka suspect or kung proving a fact naglaw ng tinuod mas na lamang ining physical evidence kay kinta kung gibuno kung isa ka victim. Ang physical evidence is ang kutsilyo dili dya mabago, dili mawaya unless kung makulik na sa kwan, dili dya mabago, di mapatay, dili magbago amo daon amoy nakapabor sa physical evidence. Physical evidence found at the crime scene in a small but measurable amounts are called trace evidence. Such evidence include body fluids, DNA, fingerprints, hair and fibers, paint glass, explosives, ballistics, impressions, question documents, and so on. The identification of physical evidence can help determine the truth during the investigation. Ang physical evidence makatabang ini para mas resolbar ang mga pangutana o uno pa na mga crimes na may tabo sa isa ka crime scene. Physical evidence kaabi ni ka importante during the investigation kay Amo man yan main source na pwede nato makuhaan og makuha na amoy ni nahimo gud ni dyan nahita na gihimo gud ni dyan gitujo ba or nga na mo dyaon. Value of physical evidence. It has already been mentioned that physical evidence is much more reliable than testimonial evidence, and the value of the former over the latter is enumerated below. Human factor compared with the testimonial evidence, which may change physical evidence. Physical evidence can lie, quit, die, forget, or get fired. In addition, the source of testimonial evidence may also be lost, thus losing the connection between the original and the court version. So, ang physical evidence, dili ni cannot lie, cannot quit, cannot die, cannot forget, or get fired. Di mawaya, dili mapatay, dili masunog, dili. Ini ang pinaka-importante compared sa testimonial evidence. Kaya ang testimonial evidence pwede magbago-bago, so intay ako mag-testimony ako about sa initabo na mo diri. Tungod sa kakoy ba magbago-bago nga istorya, amo to na mas reliable na gad ang physical evidence kay di man to mabago kung unoy daon amo gazud. Ang testimonial evidence kintay ko manhambog ako. Daman ka batang physical evidence cannot lie. Testimonial evidence cannot lie, pwede manhambog. Pwede mawaya, pwede mapatay. Di ba? Ano tong kalain? Physical properties. Physical evidence cannot change, whereas testimonial evidence is based solely on an interpretation that cannot change or be erroneous. Collection of physical evidence. The scene of the crime operation SOCO team must have several main goals in mind during the process of collecting evidence from a crime scene. Reconstruct the crime, identify the person who committed the crime, preserve the evidence for analysis, and collect such evidence in a way that will make them stand up in court. So, amo galito ang trabaho ng SOCO, mag-reconstruct the crime, reconstruct ang crime, person, identify, preserve the evidence for analysis, tagon ang evidence, and collect such evidence that in a way that will make them stand in a court. Mag-collect sila ng mas daghan pa ebidensya para maka-testimony or maka-testify aton physical evidence sa court. Trace evidence constitute that the most common type of physical evidence which an investigator or crime scene is likely to be encountered. Ang trace evidence magagagmay ini na mga evidence such as DNA, blood, bodily fluids, saliva, mga hairs, fibers, fingerprint. Madyan. The trace evidence refers to the microscopic materials found at the crime scene. O, diba? Microscopic, mga gagmay. The collection of evidence begins once a crime has been thoroughly processed and the locations of the evidence have been recorded. The collection process begins with the collection of the evidence that is most likely to be easily lost. Priority can also be given to special evidence or objects that must be moved into a new location. Ang mga trace evidence mas dali rin mawaya o dali rin dili makita kay ngano. Unsa nga kung jay crime scene usunaw nila ang trace evidence pag collect kay mas reliable man sa binisisa tapos dali ra makuan mawaya unsa diyan na kanan diyan kuno. Most pieces of evidence are collected and placed in a paper container such as envelopes, packets, and bags, whereas liquid items are transported in leak-proof and unbreakable containers. Meanwhile, evidence for cases of arson are usually placed in air-tight in metal canisters. Only large quantities of dry powder should be collected and stored in the plastic bags. So, that's all for chapter 2. Thank you and mabuhay. God bless.